Hi everyone, it's Desiree. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me for another video. Today I'm gonna go over planners, which I go over planners a lot on my channel. But you know, one of my favorite things about the end of the year, aside from like the holidays and all the fun that we have with that, is that a new year is coming up. For me, I got into planning as like a new year type of, not a resolution, but a new goal that I was trying to set for myself. And that's why I got into planning. I was going to start the year off being more organized, and I got a planner. So there's a lot of new planners that are going to be entering into our community. So I feel like this video is going to be good for those people who maybe are a little bit overwhelmed by all the options that are provided by all these awesome planner companies. Or even, even planners who've been planning for a while. I love seeing these type of videos to get info. So I'm going to go over planners and the different options there are out there that I've used, and like the pros and cons that I found when it comes to these certain brands of planners and different types of planners. I've used a few options, different types of planners. And I'm just gonna go over why I like certain ones, why I don't like certain ones, and layouts and all that kind of stuff in this video. So as you can see, I have lots of planner options. I've been kind of branching out because when I started planning, I was into like Happy Planner only, but I have been branching out to like other companies, planner companies, other styles of planners, and there are tons of options. There's actually one option I haven't tried yet, which is like a ring planner. Which is cool. I do like those, but I figure the disc system is a little bit better for me. But I do like the rings. If you don't like the disc, I feel like that's a good option. But I don't use any of those planners. But I have used, of course, Discbound, which are these, which honestly, when I first saw these discs, I didn't really like them because I didn't understand the purpose of it. I thought they just were for the aesthetic look of it. I didn't know that they served a function. So if you're not familiar with a disc planner, a Discbound planner, they're awesome because you can take the pages out and really customize this planner. There's lots of like accessories you can get, you can put in folders. You can actually make your own stuff and use a punch, which I actually have a punch here. So I have a disc punch right here, so I can punch in things that I probably wouldn't be able to put in any of my other planners, and that's super useful. So I like to punch in like different scrapbook paper and different things like that. So if you want a planner that is like very customizable, like the most customizable planner, I would go with a Discbound planner because, like I said, you can remove the pages, you can combine planners together, which I've done too. That's called Franken planning, and really make this planner system work for you. So I love the Discbound. I will never stop using the Discbound planner because I just love it so much. It's so good. It does come in a few different sizes too, which I'll go over in a bit. But I'm gonna go over the different styles of planners that I have been using first. Okay, so that's the Discbound. Love that one. Another style of planner is to just get like a Bookbound planner. So a heart. I really like this one because I just love the way that it looks, and yeah, especially sitting on the shelf, it's really nice. But it's just a Bookbound, so it's like a regular book. But yeah, if you want something a little bit more, and these are nice because this planner actually like lays flat, which is nice, so it's easy to write in, and it's really pretty. I have a couple of notebooks like this, which I like to use. For my planning though, it's not something that I'm too fond of because when you start, I like decorating with stickers, and that's another thing. If you like being a decorative planner where you're adding in stickers and different things, scrapbook paper, it does get bulky, and this doesn't have much give like once you start adding in the bulk, because with these planners, once you start adding in the stickers into these, it does get pretty chunky in here. It kind of almost at least doubles well, almost doubles, but it gets really chunky. But you can always change out the disc since this planner is so customizable. You can change out the disc to bigger discs. This, you're kind of stuck with it as it is. There's not much. I mean, it'll just kind of be a little bit chunky, which honestly, those are always fun to have too, on like a chunky planner at the end of the year. So yeah, I don't really use this style of planner very much. I was gifted this one from the Fabulous planner. It's so pretty. I just love the way it looks out of everything. This layout didn't really work for me, so I just keep it because I just like the way it looks. But it is still like an option if you like more of a book feel for a planner. This is an option that you could go with. It's really pretty and I like it. It's just, for me, for highly decorative planning, I don't think this one works for me. So that's the other option. All right, and then I have been using coiled planners, which I didn't think I would ever use a coiled planner because, you know, they're not very customizable. And my thing with the Happy Planner, like the Discbound system, is that I absolutely love like the customization you can do with it. But sometimes there's some planners in my life that I want to just not be able to take anything out and just have it always in one spot. So I'm currently going to be using a coiled planner for my budget. Again, just so that way it's all together. I can't take the pages out. So this is the coiled one I'm using here. And then I'm also using a coiled planner from the Happy Planner because they do coiled planners now too. They call it a twin loop for journaling. So I plan on using this just to keep it all together. And since they're not really like my journaling, it's not planning, it's just journaling, I wanted to keep that separate from my planners. So I really like the coiled option. So, and I feel like this is more traditional, like having a coiled planner, which is nice. And even if you decorate it and put stickers in here, compared to this one, there's at least still like some room for it to get a little bit thicker with the stickers. So I do like that too. And actually in this one, since it's an 18-month planner, I plan on taking out like 6 of these months since they're from 2022, from this year, and I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to take out this much, and then I'll have more room for like stickers, because I do plan on decorating this with stickers and pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, the other option is coiled. There's tons, like I feel like every company has coiled planners of some sort, since that's like the most normal way, I feel, is like a planner usually has coils on it. That's what I've always seen in the past. And then the Happy Planner is kind of getting on the coiled ones too, since I feel like they're the most popular type of planner. So that is the other option, is to go with a coiled one. And then the last one I wanted to mention, because this one, these are little petite journals from Erin Condren, and I love this. They do, I don't use the planner version of these, but I do have like little booklets that I like to use. This one's actually a little budget planner right here. She does have actual planning books. So I really like this because, you know, you can add in the categories that you want, that they're in separate little books like that. So a little traveler's notebook is another option, another planning option that you could possibly go with in 2023. All right, so for me, my favorite is always going to be this Discbound planner, again, because I can just customize it the way I want to, change out the covers whenever I want to, change out the dividers, the paper, the discs. It's like 100% customizable in this planner. So I will always love the Discbound system the most. So if you're looking for something that you can have a little bit of fun with, really make it like your 100% like personality, your style, this would be the easiest option to go with to do that. And just there's so many options with covers and this, and there's so many companies that offer these items that you can really customize this to fit your style, like your aesthetic and just your style of planning. So Discbound is always going to be my absolute favorite when it comes to planners. But I am starting to like really love the coiled one too. So coiled is always a good option as well. I really like this planner company, Plum Paper, because you were able to customize this a little bit more. So I like that because I'm not able to add in paper, which I'm used to doing with the Discbound planner. But this company allows you to add in like extra pages on each month. So I like that, but you do have to plan ahead for that. That's the only thing if you want to add in extra stuff. Whereas in this Discbound planner, you can just do that as you go. You just add in whatever you want in here, no problems. So hopefully I added enough paper in. I'm thinking I did for budgeting, which is what I plan on using this planner for. But if I was using this for like my day-to-day planning, I'm not sure how that would end up for me, because I like adding in like fun extra pages into my planner. Sometimes I like to pop in like pictures. So to not be able to do that as easily as this planner, that's why I don't think I'll ever go into like a coiled planner for my normal planning day-to-day stuff. But I do like the coiled. I just like the way it looks. It's so pretty. Because sometimes these discs, honestly, they look a little like kiddish. I don't know, child. When I first saw them, I thought it was, what did I think it was? It was like play school kind of toy kind of disc. I don't know. It just seemed kind of cheap. I mean, I always do put metal discs, which help to make it look a little bit nicer. I mean, the plastic ones are nice too, but I feel like the metal ones are better. But I just like the way this looks better. I just wish this was customizable the way that this one was, but it's not. So those are the reasons why I like using the Discbound planner. Yeah, that's why I like using it over everything else. Now this one right here, the way this is set up, I do like this as well, even though like I can't add in pages because it is like a little notebook. I like that I can add in different books depending on what I want, because there's so many of these different styles of little petite journals. Like I love this checklist one, that it's kind of like a customization type of planner system, more like a Frankenplanner system. If you're not sure what like Frankenplanning is, it's taking like multiple planners and putting them all into one. Just taking, yeah, basically taking, like if I took these two planners and I took the pages out and put them all in one planner, that's a Frankenplanner. So it's kind of like that, where I can take different books and make them, put them all into this one little petite folio system. And I have my own customized planner system that works for me. So I really love this option. And you can add in like little accessories, like little pockets, which is nice. And this has been working out really well for me when it comes to like note taking and checking things off with this little, I love this little checklist one, just checking things off for the month. So yes, this system's great. I love this one. This is probably my second favorite type of planning type of system that I have. So that one's great. And then the coiled one, I'm starting to finally get into coiled. So I am liking this one just because I like having everything in one spot and I can't like take anything out, which sometimes is a good thing, because sometimes I take things out and then I misplace them, which is not a good thing. But at least everything will be in one spot when I need it to reference it. So I do like that one a lot too. Just lots of different styles. And some things like how I'm switching budget to coiled, because the Discbound planner wasn't working for me from the Happy Planner. So I'm hoping this will work better for me, and having it separate will work better as well. I like having like the option to use different styles of planners depending on what type of planning I'm doing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth into like the Discbound, like my favorite type of planning system. So we have like a few options when it comes to planners in the Discbound from the Happy Planner too. So there are 3 different sizes. Actually, there's another size. there's another size that is this classic one, this classic one. Okay, so there's 4 sizes. I'm not counting the micro one. It's like a little tiny one because that one is just super, super tiny. You can't really do much in it. I mean, you can. Some people do. But I'm going to go over these main ones that actually have like layouts in them. So there's the big, which I have here. It has this size. It's the size of a regular letter size piece of paper. So an 8.5 by 11 size of paper. That's the size of the pages in here. This one is a little bit smaller, which is the classic size, and it is probably the most popular size that the Happy Planner offers. So there's going to be tons of accessories for this one, since it's the most popular one. And I love this size because it's not too big. It's a good size. And then this one, I really like this size. This is the skinny classic. I used to use this in the past, and I love the size of this one because it's kind of like almost, yeah, it's like almost half the size of the classic, but it's the same height of this one. And this one's great. I don't have the planner. I just have, this is like a little notebook, but the planner for this one is really, really nice. And they're finally coming out with more of these. So that's exciting because for a while they maybe had like one, and then that was about it, like one option. But they seem like they're coming out with more of this size, and it's a really nice layout too. That one's really good. And then the mini, I like the mini because this one's perfect for on the go. And so if you're really into taking your planner with you, and which I do, I use this one for when I'm out and about. It's just easy to pop into your purse or your bag. It's not bulky, and it's easy to carry around. This one too. This one's not super bulky either, this classic size one. So that's another good option to take as well. This one's too big for me to carry around all the time. So I don't carry around a classic or a big, but the mini and the skinny classic, when I used it, those were great to carry around. Now layout wise, which I believe all these planners have a version of all these layouts from these different companies. So the most popular layouts is the vertical layout, which I will show right now. Let me take this off. I just bought this planner. So, okay, so this is the vertical planner. This is, I think, the most popular layout style. It's my favorite too, so yeah, it's a great layout. So here's the layout. There's the vertical layout. So you have 3 sections each day, which is nice. So if you need something functional, this is great too. And if you want to break it up, this is a nice way to think of like different areas that you can break up in your day. So sometimes some people put like what they need to do in the morning, afternoon, and night in these 3 sections, or you can even categorize things like work, home, and then other, or if you want to categorize like your kids in here, you know, you can break up 3 sections into your day into each of these boxes, which is nice. For me, I like to use this planner a little bit more scattered and not as structured, but I do really love this planner because it's, for me, the easiest to decorate when it comes to decorative planning. If you're getting into planning and you want to be like really decorative and get into all the stickers and all that, this layout I feel is like the easiest to decorate. It's not the easiest to plan in. It took me a while to get used to planning in these vertical sections, but I love the way that I'm able to just kind of decorate all over this spread. It's a little bit, it's not as restrictive as the other layouts in my opinion. And decorating a planner for me is very important. So that's why I just learned to use this planner and finally make it work for me, because the decorating part of planning is what made me keep using my planner. So it's very important. And it's my favorite part too. So for me, I love decorating the vertical. And like I said, all these other planner companies, like you can find this layout in Coiled. You can find it in, I think Erin Condren has I don't know, I think she might have one in the journals. But you can find them in like hardbound. It's a pretty like standard vertical layout in each company. They might have like a different version of it, but they'll be like a vertical type of planner from each company, which is nice. So yes, love the vertical, my favorite layout. But again, it can be a little tricky to plan in, especially like writing in these sections. They're really thin. So that was the part I had to get used to, like writing to fit in here. But I was able to, you know, figure out the spacing. And honestly, sometimes I like going over the lines. So I sometimes don't even pay attention to the lines. That's another thing that I do when it comes to this planner. So yeah, that's the vertical one. The most popular layout, I feel like the next popular one is maybe like a dashboard, which I have here, right here in a mini. Again, they have this in the big, they have this in the classic, but I love this layout because it's a very functional layout, and that's why I like using it for on the go, because I have this little section here where I can write in like things that I need to purchase at the store. Just have like a little running list. There's a little important section, a looking ahead section, and a notes section on this side. So this is like the dashboard part of the planner. You can kind of just put all the important things of the week on that side. And then over here is more date specific. So you have a Monday through Sunday that you can jot down different things. Sometimes I've used this in the past, I've used it for meal planning or like a workout schedule. So I do like that section. I don't use it anymore, but they do have that option right there for you to use. And then each day, since this is for on the go in this specific mini planner, I just put down a couple of things that I need to remember while I'm out and about in here. So they do have this one in all the sizes. I can't remember if I've seen this planner, this exact layout in other planner systems, but I know that like even in my budget planner from this Plum Paper one, it reminds me of the dashboard, because over here I have like all the things for the week on this side, and then it's broken up into little sections over here on the right side. So it reminds me of the dashboard. So I'm thinking that they probably do have like a version of the dashboard for this company as well. But yeah, if you want to do something a little bit more functional, I feel like this planner is a really good planner to keep you like on task. Now, this is one of the planners that it's a little bit tricky to decorate. So if you're trying to get into like planning because you love like the sticker aspect of it and like decorating it, making it look pretty, this one is a little bit tricky. Usually I try to focus like stickers down here, like take up this spot for decorating, this spot. I have my own way of doing it now that I know that isn't going to get in the way of like all the plans that I plan on putting down on the page. But it is tricky to decorate this one for me even still now too. Even though I've been doing this for a little bit, it's still tricky, and it's not as like, there's not as much open space because I don't want to cover up this too much. There's certain areas I don't want to cover up. So then I can't decorate it. So, but yeah, I do love this layout just because it's so functional. So if you're looking for a good functional planner, this one is a good option to pick up. Love the dashboard. There's also, I actually found the classic in the dashboard. This is the old style of dashboard that they used to make from the Happy Planner, and I think I prefer the new version that they are doing now, which has like the longer task list. And I like that they call it task and not errands. They have an important section, a looking ahead section instead of calls and emails, and noted. So yeah, I really like this new version of the checklist because I didn't really need like 2 sets of checklists. So having only one is really nice on the side. And yeah, I prefer this. So they do have this version in this size, and they also have a big too. So those are great options for keeping like a very nice functional planner for yourself. Now, Another great layout that I think is probably, again, one of the more popular layouts, and a lot of companies have this layout too, is a horizontal layout. So this one's great because you have lines and you have so much space to write in. So again, if you're looking for another functional type of planner, this is another great one because it's nice to have the lines and it's nice to have all this space to write in, you know, and you can easily, like, you know, section this off yourself visually into different categories if you want to. But I just think that having all this space to write in is really nice. Now, the one thing I don't like about this planner, and one of the reasons why I don't use this one, is, again, because it's so hard to decorate this planner. It's really cute, and I've seen other people decorate this very nicely. And I've done some spreads. I do some spreads where I decorate it. It's just really tricky. And I'm always second guessing myself with this layout. But it's a really nice one if you want more space to write in. This is a good option to go with. So that's the horizontal planner. Now, they do have some other planners. Those are like the three main ones, I feel, with all the planner system, is to have, like, for sure a vertical and a horizontal. Those are like the two main ones. And then some do, I think more are going to have the dashboard layout that you can find. But those are the three main planners, styles, layouts that you can find. Now, I do have a couple other options that I've been loving, so I wanted to go over those as well. So this one's the monthly layout. This layout is just like checklist, and I love that. So I plan on using this at work because it just has all these awesome little checklists that I can check off, and it has like a little dashboard here, which is nice. So you have like a monthly overview that you can work on, little habit trackers on the side. But mainly you got this layout for all the little checklist sections that I plan on using at work. Oh, and then it even comes with a couple of line sheets. Now this, again, it's something that I'm only using this functionally. I'm not going to decorate it. I don't plan on putting any stickers in here. I'm just writing in it, and I think that's why this is perfect for that. But again, it's hard to decorate. I mean, adding stickers in, easily you can do that. But the way that I like to decorate, this doesn't work for me. Unless I use this little section right here to decorate. That would be about it. But this is a great, like, pen and paper type of planner. So I really like this one for work, and that's how I plan on using that one. It's just pen and paper on that one. All right, and then this one, this is another great layout. The teacher planner, which I'm not a teacher, but this layout is fun because you can alternate it and change, put the dates over here because we need Monday through Sunday, not Monday through Friday. Put the dates up here and then categorize each of these sections to different items that you need to keep track of during the day. So this I use for social media planning, and I love this planner because I can put like YouTube and Patreon and Instagram and, you know, keep track of each thing in their little box section. So if there's a few things that you need to keep track of throughout the day, or even like you want to put your kids' names in here, or like work, home, and then, you know, working out, meal planning, you can really categorize each section and have them all in their own little boxes. I love that this has lines in here. Now this one, there's not a lot of space to write, so you kind of have to write a little bit small, but honestly, I only need a couple of items for each category to work on each day. So this works out really great for me. But I love the teacher layout and like changing it up to use how you need to, which, and another reason why I love planning and these type of planners is that you can make them work for yourself however you need to. And that's one of the great things I love about this teacher layout, because it's a lot of fun to use. Love having the lines that I can write in. Those are really nice. I was actually hoping that the vertical layout this year, this one, because they've done it before, I was hoping that this one would have lines in it, because I've seen them do that before. And I thought that would be cool to use, but they didn't do it. I don't think they've done it in a while. But it would be cool to have lines like this in that planner. But yeah, that's another great layout that I like to use. Those are the main ones that I prefer. Now they have tons and tons of layouts. They have like stuff for wellness, they have budget planners, they have wellness planners, recovery planners, journals. There's tons of options. But these are the main ones that I really have stuck to and used, because a lot of those other ones, like the wellness planner and the fitness planners and all that, I've used those in the past, but they didn't really work for me having those separate. They might work for you if you like to have things separated like that. But for me, it was a little bit too much to keep track of, to have another planner on top of all the planners I have. It became a little bit too much for me to keep a handle on. So for me, these planners have been working out great for me. So I just wanted to share the different options that I've used in the past or currently using, just to kind of give you any ideas on maybe a new system that you didn't know about, or a new layout. So hopefully I was able to give you guys some good info on all this stuff. And let me know down in the comments which planner system that you're planning on using, what your lineup looks like for next year, because I'd love to hear that. But I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you all in the next one.